Hi everyone, my name is Darren O'Connor. I'm from Kerry originally and living in Cork City in Ireland. We are the first student housing cooperative in the Republic of Ireland. We are currently unhoused. I suppose I just wanted to start off by speaking a bit about Cork as a city. I suppose the title of the presentation, Living on the Marsh, was specifically picked to reference Cork and its historical past. So Cork comes from the Irish word corcaig, which means marsh. So you can see here on the map that Cork was actually established on a series of marshy islands in the harbour of Cork City. It started from a monastery and grew out into medieval and city, and through that was a series of formalised canals were put in place throughout the city. So it was quite similar to the likes of Amsterdam, and he had it was a it was a very important trading point within the British Empire at the time, and from that, the decision was made in the 1800s, and before that to culvert all of the canals within Cork. So it has led to serious issues with flooding, and that's something that we as a student housing, or all inhabitants of Cork, are regularly having to address now. So that's why I wanted to kind of start on that point, because it's of a serious consideration of how do we mitigate flooding in our student accommodation. So about us, we were established in 2021. We are based in Cork City. There are currently 9 members. Out of those 9 members, there's 4 alumni. So we are kind of in a position now where we're needing to recruit as our alumni members are moving on. There, we aim to provide affordable, ethical, democratic run and non-profit accommodation in Cork City, and we are following the cooperative principles, and something that is of great importance to myself and our cooperative is the cooperative principle, care for the community. So where we are now, we completed a vision document, we created a zine that is like hoping to kind of publicize the work that we're doing and what we aim to achieve. So this is an illustration done by one of our members that is included in the zine. We've created a Friends of Cooperative position. We're looking for new committee members, and we're promoting our cooperative and spreading awareness of the cooperative model within Ireland, especially to the student base where it isn't widely known. Our next steps are finalising our constitution, registering as an official cooperative. The regulations within Ireland are unfortunately still based on what was left over from the British Empire, so they haven't been updated since the late 1800s. So while that gives great freedom within those, it also is difficult to manage them. And there's quite a lot high registration fees and legal fees every year attached to the cooperative registration within Ireland. Obtaining funding is something we're looking at currently, looking at credit unions and council funding, and obtaining a property is obviously the primary goal of what we're doing. So I just picked 2 images of 2 properties in Cork City, and these are the only 2 properties in Cork City currently that have 7 beds or more. So that's what we're dealing with. There's a very bad housing crisis in Ireland. I'm sure it's here too. But as you can see, I've them there in euro and pounds, but yeah, it's not affordable is what they are. And they're also Victorian properties, so they come with their own challenges of being modernised and made accessible. Dereliction is a massive problem within Cork. There is currently 112 properties on the derelict properties register in Ireland, in Cork City, but through surveys done by a niche agency, which are kind of a derelict advocacy group in Cork, there was over 700 documented. So there's a serious lack of enforcement and registration of these properties. And over 98% of derelict properties have been derelict for over 2 years, and 73% of properties have let their planning permission lapse. So dereliction is a blight on our city. It's creating issues with like attracting crime, kind of need to read that, illegal dumping, harmful activities, and also degradation of the surrounding community and several social issues. So looking to address this, we are heavily inspired by taking over derelict properties and the work of Assemble, which is an architecture group in Liverpool, so might be familiar to some of you, but the use of derelict properties to also create space for community and to provide back to the community of Cork is something of a dream of ours, but we particularly like the reference here from Assemble. I put out a little dream brief. Some of them might seem very basic, like privacy, safety, affordability. But there are other things that are quite specific to student accommodation, like bulk item storages, common areas, laundry on site, and places for community and enterprise. So I put up a map there of Cork at the moment. So unfortunately, not unfortunately, but at the moment, the Cork Student Housing Cooperative is made up of entirely University College Cork students, except for myself, who did a joint degree between University College Cork and Munster Technological University. So there's a distinct focus on spreading the group into the other universities and third level education institutes within Cork. So I've highlighted those within the map. So yeah, that's just kind of giving context. As I said, without a house, this is what I have to present as the dream. So that is what that is. So thank you for listening and follow us. Yeah.